The Diamond Sutra is a very important sutra from the Buddha, and it explains the way and the practice to attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, perfect enlightenment. And Buddha says in the sutra that a good and pious disciple, a man or a woman, who in his zeal to practice good, to practice charity, would be willing to sacrifice his life in the morning or at noontide or in the evening, or even as many occasions as there are grains of sand in the river Ganges. And that even if these occasions recur for 100,000 myriad kalpas, so 100,000 myriad eons, that his blessing and merit would be great. The Lord Buddha said in answering the question of Subhuti, his disciple, who asked him about it. But now there comes the really important aspect that I would like to stress today, which is really important, and I think not many people know about it, because not so many people know this highly important sutra of the Buddha, the Diamond Sutra, the Vajra that carves away all false conceptions and the illusions, and which is immensely powerful, not only a scripture of words, of written words, but it contains power of Buddha, and this power is great. So Buddha says, supposing Subhuti, another disciple, should observe and study the scripture in pure faith, his blessing and merit would be greater. And if still another disciple, besides observing and studying the scripture, should zealously explain it to others and copy it and circulate it, his blessing and merit would be far greater. In other words, Subhuti, the scripture is invested with a virtue and power that is inestimable, illimitable, and ineffable. The Tathagata elucidates the scripture only to those disciples who are earnestly and perseveringly seeking the perfect realization of Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi and attaining the bodhisattva stages of compassion that characterize the Mahayana. As disciples become able to zealously and faithfully observe and study the scripture, explain it to others, and circulate it widely, the Tathagata will recognize and support them until they shall succeed in the attainment of its inestimable, illimitable, and wonderful virtues. Such disciples will share with the Tathagata its burden of compassion and its reward of Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. So Buddha says here that the scripture of the Diamond Sutra is invested with a virtue and power that is inestimable, illimitable, and ineffable. This is a highly important scripture, and I recommend to you to study it yourself and to realize its great powers.